I have been talking a lot on TikTok, but now I'm bringing the message to YouTube. I'm tired. I have a lot of things to do today, so I'm probably not going to talk as much on here. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I have to, oh Lord. Hope you guys have been well. Let me just connect my AirPods to here. So obviously Luigi has been abused, guys. Oh, let me catch my breath. Luigi was America's last hope. And Luigi was my last chance at trying to believe, which I never believed to begin with, but try to believe that America would change at some point. Kamala not winning was devastating. And as people can see, Elon is prancing all around town doing God knows what. I don't even know why Elon is being allowed to possibly buy news networks, and he's trying to get cozy to all the Western politicians, which I find incredibly creepy. Okay, my audio is good, so I could just keep talking. Great. And I have just had enough, guys. I have had enough. I have made up my mind that my mission, my plan is to permanently not make America my home anymore. The food here sucks. The healthcare sucks. The environment sucks. The politicians suck. I even saw Kamala trying to save her own ass. Kamala did a some kind of cheap speech talking about people need to stay and fight and invest in all this bullshit, which I think is a joke. I think people are crazy for still wanting to live in this country. And if they still want to live in this country and they live so poorly and they think they live such a high quality life, but they really live a poor quality life, it's because they are desensitized, okay? So the news as it stands has labeled Luigi a terrorist, which is hilarious to me and to most working class Americans or entrepreneurs or upper middle class or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's hilarious because it's like they have literally denied claims for millions of Americans. And it's just actually, hold on. Just gonna put the tags in 1 second, guys. It's like so early. I've been up super early doing a lot of paperwork and different stuff, so I'm tired, guys. I'm at a loss for words. You know, I literally made a video telling you guys about on TikTok, not on here, but on TikTok, I literally made back-to-back videos like sharing my personal experience of living in America and how hostile and violent and aggressive and disgusting it's been. And how, you know, like as more years have gone on, my eyes are just wide open. I think especially with all the stuff in the sky, like the UFOs in New Jersey and this and that, like just all this drama basically happening in America. You know, it's pretty exhausting, and a lot of like, you know, black millennials, really people of all ethnicities, but you know, the videos that I look out for myself are young black people like me, and a lot of people feel the same way that I feel. I've been able to correspond with a lot of you know, different age groups, different people, different backgrounds, different, you know, work, and every sentiment that they hold is a sentiment that I hold. And I just really had to come to the conclusion that, you know, nothing is going to get better. It doesn't matter how much money you make, you know, the policies are the policies are the policies. And Elon has basically bought and purchased America. I don't know how anybody else is not alarmed by this, but this guy literally just this guy has taken control of America. You know, every speech that Elon Musk makes, he acts like he's the president. You know, it's super creepy. Like, this guy is not even a born American, and because he made some money, he's trying to influence whole countries, complete countries. And then Elon Musk's mother just made a disgusting comment about how basically working class people in America need to keep having kids, talking about it doesn't matter if they don't go to the movie theater. It doesn't matter if you guys cannot afford to go out to eat. Like, who are these people? Like, if you actually believe the Bible, like, you would definitely think that Elon is the Antichrist. Because, like, who talks like this? Who talks like this? Like, you, at least in America, you give no benefits to women. You don't even get hardly any vacation time. What is the benefit of living in this country? I'm struggling to find a benefit, guys. Like, for me, there's like no benefit. So I have begun to do the process, which is the documents, getting my finances in order. I'm giving myself a good amount of time, you know, at least 1 to 2 years, if not 3, to, you know, work here, save all the money, and then go back to my home country, most likely, unless a working abroad opportunity comes up. More than likely, I'm probably going to go back to my home country, because at least I have friends and family there. I know the system there more than I know any other system in the world. So I think it just makes sense, if I still want to have a point of contact to people close to my life and be able to transfer skills and whatnot, at least there's like that kind of connection. Whereas if I go somewhere else totally far out, you know, live there permanently, you know, I don't have friends, I don't have family. I have friends, but not family there. And I still want to keep in touch with family and stuff like that. So originally I was saying to myself to just, you know, go to a blue state, you know, go up north, go to a blue state, make it work. And, you know, this incident with Luigi happened in New York. And New York is, is a blue state. So the way that things are going, guys, you know, one second, let me just put a tag on here, one sec. So the money, so here's a rundown. The money that we're paying for, you know, gym membership, car, rent, blah, 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 blah. You know, in other countries, they're paying like 1/3 of what we're paying, especially in like heavily popular states or cities or whatnot. And we're getting robbed. We're paying like 13,000% more for things that in other places are either free, and the quality is not, if not higher, because it's cleaner, it's newer. And so I've just talked to too many and seen too many videos of people who, just like me, are sick of the rat race, sick of the high political tension. You know, wherever I move to, like permanently down the line, guys, I am not going to be involved in politics like that, because like in America, I have already got my fair share of this whole like political stuff, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And for me, it came down to like, if we're going to have a nuclear war or some kind of mega war, and let's say you do die, where do you want to die at? Do you want to die in your home country, or do you want to die somewhere that you're not emotionally connected to? Because I'm not emotionally connected to America. I can appreciate, you know, certain theme parks and whatnot, but like I had to really like think about this. Like since election day, since now, with seeing like the you know, seeing the UFOs and the drones and this and that, I'm like, I've just had enough, you know. I've just had enough. Like the way people live in America, like like people that have lived here, or they have, you know, family that have lived here, they think that this is the best it can get, and it's literally like the worst. Like people that actually travel for a living, or they lived in other countries, and they come to America, like they're the most depressed, the most unhealthy in America than any other country. And then I got to sit here and see other Americans kiss Elon's ass and talk about, like, they talk about America like it's the best thing, and it's actually like the worst experience I ever had in my life. Like I would never live here again. Like I'm being so honest, and I've held this in for years. Like since my family, you know, not by my choice, my mom specifically, you know, wanted to come over here because of family and whatnot. But I have family all over the place, so that really, you know, I didn't really buy that excuse. But anyway, you know, for other reasons, health reasons, for whatever, like, you know, for some people it's their can of worms. For me, it's not. You see what I'm saying? And it's definitely like not where I'd raise my kids. If I did have kids, which is, you know, I'm not really interested in that, but if I was to have a kid, I wouldn't want to have a kid in America. And I have seen tons of American women beg and plead and say the same exact thing, that they would never have kids here. So I don't know how this makes any sense. And here we go again. Elon, who's playing the president, he's complaining about low birth rates when you can't even keep women and children safe. You can't even keep a teacher safe. You know, you're so into making money off of weapons that you don't want to change any laws to protect these women and children, these teachers, these kids, these principals, these security guards. You don't want to protect anybody but your own wallet. And that's where the buck stops for me, is like, I'm just tired of people fetishizing and fantasizing about a country and about a way of living that doesn't exist. The life expectancy is the lowest it's ever been. Birth rate's the lowest it's ever been. Like if people actually just get their head out of their ass and look at the data and look at how other Americans or other expats are living and how they're talking about our food, about our healthcare, about jobs, stability, if they just look around and actually travel, they'd be embarrassed by what they're saying. Like I've seen a YouTuber, like one YouTuber I was just watching yesterday, like trying to justify this godforsaken land. I'm like looking at him like, wow, like if you only traveled, you would know that what you're saying is stupid. Like, but because you haven't traveled and you haven't like exposed yourself to other countries and other cultures, you think that this is how you are supposed to live. You think that it's normal to get up and every single day is a mass shooting. That's normal to you. But to me, that's not normal. To Europeans, to Australians, to even Africans in certain parts of Africa, that's not normal to us. Asia, that's not normal to us. That's not what we consider normal, a good way, a good quality of life. So, yeah, guys, the road less traveled is not always the easiest one to access. You see what I'm saying? It's not always the easiest one to get into. But let me tell you, especially since election day, you guys have seen it with celebrities, okay? A lot of celebrities are already out. A lot of celebrities who have the means already left America. They're setting up their headquarters. They're setting up their communication campaigns. They're setting up their businesses already overseas, abroad, because they already know what's coming. So if you make a decent living or not, there's tons of opportunities. You just have to put in some effort. And I'm willing to put in the effort because I'm just like, I don't care. If I have to work hard anywhere, I want to work hard somewhere where at least like what I'm paying into, I feel like is worth what I'm putting out. Americans don't get no benefits from nothing, even when they try to get their tax return or whatever else is out there, grants, scholarships. How long does it take to get those things? You know, these services, the postal offices, Trump is gonna change all this shit. And it hasn't worked for the longest while. And he's trying to convince me that it's going to get better when all I'm seeing is it getting worse. And they're not talking about issues for working class people that actually matter. All they keep talking about is have babies. But like, there's no incentive to have a child in America. So I don't understand like how Americans, like real Americans, I don't understand how they're buying this bullshit when people who get to a certain point in their life when they make a certain amount of money, they realize they get knocked upside the head. They realize that, oh wait, like it's a scam. Property tax, that's a scam too. Like they begin to wake up and say, wow, like my money can go a lot farther somewhere else. My quality of life, my work-life balance, right? If you have children, you want to have time to see your children. If you're a pregnant lady, you want to have time to be on maternity leave. You're not going to get that shit in America. My mother did in Europe, but if she had me here, she would have never got that shit. So if there is a slight possibility that I would want to have a kid, I don't want to be subjected to work, to lay down for a week and then have to get right back up. Like, that's craziness. Where's the humanity in that? You can't even bond with your child. So I'm just very like, the illusion, that glass bubble, that matrix, that brainwashing, that hypnotic frequency that they had, especially American people under, is shattering, guys, in real time. America had to have a 26-year-old kid. I'm in the 20s too, so I shouldn't be talking, but a 26-year-old kid is what they're saying on these mainstream media sites, right? To take the fall just to try to spark a revolution, a revolution to get the healthcare system to not be corrupt, And they're trying to say the guy is a terrorist. But quiet as it's kept, Luigi was America's last hope. For those who didn't peep that, I hope you peeped that. Luigi was America's last hope to get any kind of decency and any kind of awakened perspective on how backward the laws and the system is in this country. He is the last hope, I'm telling you. Elon is worth, I think I saw $400 billion. How are you going to outscroll a man worth $400 billion? Even if they took out Elon, how are you gonna control that machine? And Elon has Trump in his back pocket. So for those of you out here who want to prop up America, you try to explain to me how any of this is legal. This is not even legal. It's not even a free and fair election. Like, anybody with two eyes and a brain could tell you that. That was not a free and fair election. The guy literally bought the election. Like, literally bought the election, guys. So I just, like I said, if we have to die from war or anything else, I at least want to have at least, if this is, I'm just saying, if this is a hypothetical timeline, right? Let's say within a year or 2 years, at least I want to be living in a country where I could say for at least that time when I was living in the country, I had a decent quality of life, right? The rat race, the consumerism culture, Netflix did a whole documentary on it. I saw on TikTok it was trending, the whole buy now, pay later thing, the whole consumerism, basically propaganda that they've brainwashed Americans to believe is everything you see you buy. That's why the credit card system, by the way, I don't even think people some Americans even know this, that the credit system, the credit cards, the credit system that y'all operate on in other major countries, they don't even operate off of a credit card or credit score system. Because Americans live like that, they assume that everywhere else in the world lives under a credit system. Look it up. It's not true. We're like the main Western country that operates on a credit score. So that is the matrix, guys. America is Babylon. I can't put it any clearer, okay? Yeah, the American dream is exploitation of poor people, hoarding goods, running up credit card debt, going to school to be $100,000 in debt. That's the American dream. Yeah, I'm gonna burst bubbles today because that's the American dream that I see. I don't know any American who's gone to school scot-free or reasonable. All these universities, majority of these universities are way overpriced and their standards are super, super high. They want you to maintain a perfect GPA, to burn yourself out on basically drugs and cheating, must I add, because they do cheat. People cheat a lot, trying to get, I know all about it. Okay. It's an illusion. It's a slave plant. Can I just be honest with you all today, this morning? It's a slave plantation. You want to know my view of America? It's a slave plantation. Sorry to burst people's bubbles today who are like, proud, go USA. I've been in America for over 2 decades. I'm not impressed. Like, I'm not impressed, guys. So I'm hanging up that t-shirt, bought it, wore it, and I want a life that the food I know comes from the ground and is not like made in a manufacturing plant full of chemicals, because the American food is illegal. Listen to what I'm saying. The American food is illegal in other countries, especially in Europe. Our food is illegal. They feed us so much chemicals in the food that if you take our food to a food distributor or to any other part in the world and you try to test the food out, they would say negative. You can't put that on the shelf. That's how much chemicals are in the food. So people just have to wake up on their own. We cannot help everybody. I have tons of TikToks, tons of articles, tons of data that I've had to myself, because I'm serious about this, I've had to read through, as well as life expectancy data, birth rate data, and all the signs are showing that America is in severe decline. That so-called empire is going to collapse, guys. So I'm tired of the culture here, okay? And maybe to somebody who's born in America, they have more connection, like emotionally. So if you're emotionally connected, I can't speak to you because I'm not emotionally connected. Like I said, if I went to any other country and I had a better quality of life, I would easily relinquish my American citizenship. I would easily do it. I don't care, like, at all, because I don't know not one American or a person who lived in America who hasn't experienced a shooting event, like hasn't got caught up in seeing people, have their lives threatened in broad daylight. Like that's a third world country to me. Like that's the quality of a third world country to me, is if you can't even go shopping without somebody waving a gun in your face and then possibly then for taking your life. You're living in like a twilight zone, You're living in a twilight zone. Let's put drones. Hold on. So I don't know what people see in this country. I wish it was better, but even Americans who lived here all their lives, I've seen tons of videos on YouTube as well as TikTok go viral of people wanting to long-term sell their house, or they already have sold their house. I just saw a girl who her choice was Asia. And she sold her house in Texas and went to Asia. And she says she lost all this weight, like she's glowing, because why? Her quality of life is significantly better. That's why. When you live for this consumerism culture, you're never going to exit the matrix, guys. When you live in a country that's all about consume, buy, how is there any freedom in that? There is no freedom in that. And that's why most Americans are so unhealthy, because they get up, they eat, they sleep, they shit, they go back to work again. Their holidays, the time they get to go on holiday is so short. One thing my parents cannot deny, my mother especially cannot deny, is when she was living and working and had me in Europe, like she was traveling she went to Egypt, she went to all over the world, because the job she had, not even just a job, just the culture in general, she was able to travel. The only reason why she came over to America was she convinced my dad and me to come to America when I was too young, so I didn't have to say anyway, was because of family and hot weather, you know. That's the only reason. There's no other reason. And so even that now, you know, she's looking at it like, this is not worth it. Like this quality of living is so low compared to X, Y, and Z, you know, and nowhere is perfect, but you got to find what's best for you. You know, that's what I will say to anybody that's considering, you know, to, you know, travel abroad or move out of America, is like, you gotta research. I can't tell you where's the best place. I could give you some recommendations, you know, on a friend basis, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, like, are you enjoying your life? Do you enjoy living in fear every day? Because that's how I feel. I feel like I'm living in fear every single day because of police brutality and how law enforcement behaves in America. I actually made a video about that on my TikTok that did pretty well, and a lot of people could relate to what I was saying. And so, you know, are you treated like cattle, or are you treated like a human being? That's what it comes down to for me, is you're living in a country where you're basically a number and you're treated like cattle. And if you're not even getting anything back in benefits, then what's really the point? You know, like, what's actually the point of dying and lying and working so hard, and then you're just deteriorating? You know, you're not flourishing, you're not thriving, you're just getting by. And you know, I watched the ABC Lives coverage. You know, I watched it with my own two eyes, and they try to justify the fact that they have a school shooting on average, two school shootings a day on average in America. Like, that should blow parents' minds. Like, you're living in a country where every single day statistically there's a school shooting. Like, how do you justify that? How does that make any sense, guys? Like, would you feel comfortable putting your child in a school in America? I wouldn't. When I was a child living in America, going to school in America, it was slightly better. But as we all can see, that's gotten tremendously worse. They don't just do shootings at schools now. They do shootings at concerts. They do shootings at everywhere you could think of. The mall, the church, the grocery store. Every time you leave your house in America, your life's in danger, basically. Tremendously more than if you're in a different country. Your life is in jeopardy from the second you leave your house. Your life is in jeopardy. And guess what? I'm tired of living like that. I'm exhausted of trying to uphold this illusion, and I don't want any parts of it. I'm fine. I am totally fine. You know, not consuming a bunch of credit card debt. I'm totally fine with not buying into hoarding stuff and buying the latest this and the latest that. I am fine with living a quaint, quiet, peaceful life with good health care and a good retirement fund. That's my ambition in life, is that when I get to my old age, I can actually have some dignity and say, okay, I put this away. I did what I was supposed to do, and now I can cash out and relax and travel and whatever else I want to do. On average, most Americans don't even have $1,000 in savings. Look it up. And it's probably even lower than that, because that was like that data was pulled from like 2021, 2014. So now I'm sure it's probably even lower. Okay. They don't even have a candle to their name. Like, most Americans never retire. So the proof's in the pudding. Look around you. Look around where you live in. If you're living in America, look around you. Look at how many people are over the age of 65 still working. Still working. And why? Because the cost of living is ridiculous. Like, even if I went to Europe, like, I rather rent the rest of my life and have a retirement in a healthy, safe neighborhood than be here and be in the negatives or not have any savings. Like, the choice is very easy, you know. People are going to Guyana. I kid you not, guys. I just saw a video of a black American lady who literally, I kid you not, they pay up, according to, I don't know if it's different district or what, but according to what she was showing, $3,000 and some change for the whole year Let me just give you guys a little quick, because I gotta get off here, but a quick little snapshot view of what I'm talking about here. $3,000, not per month, not like where I live, where it's 2,500 something plus dollars for rent, not to own, for rent. In Guyana, $3,000, 2 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,000 for the whole year, not per month, for the whole year. They pay yearly. She was explaining how some areas you pay yearly. You don't pay monthly like over here. So you actually have a secure roof over your head. Just to give you an international perspective of how the cost of living. So if you take your money from here or from wherever and you go to places like that or whatever, near retirement or, 35 and up, like, you're spending that per month. Think about what I'm saying. You're paying that per month. Your car payment is $400. The average car payment right now in America is $700. That's not including insurance. That's not including gas. You want to go to Thailand, you want to go to Paris, you want a room, wherever you want to go. That is like the price of your rent for like 2 months, for like 2 months, if not 3, especially in parts of Asia. And their quality of food is higher and the weather is nicer. We're getting scammed, guys. Like do your own research. Go to every continent, go to every country, do your research. Iceland, wherever, Australia, wherever, Africa, wherever. Do your own research and see what they're paying versus what we're paying. And this is why the wealthy, the evil wealthy class in America is so stark from the working class, because the prices are, I don't have a word for it. Like, the prices are ridiculous. Any other civilized country, or any other civilized nation, like, their cost of a mortgage or rent is not even close to, $3,000 for a 1 bedroom. That is the price of a whole year's worth of living in Guyana, in parts of Asia, Japan, Hong Kong, Thailand, even China, which is very Western, okay? Which is actually a bigger superpower than us right now. Russia and China are actually bigger than us right now, okay? And look it up. And you put that with their rent, with their mortgage, whatever, like, we're getting robbed, okay? What you're paying for your car is what they're paying for a house, and a big house with a pool. I just saw a British lady and a American man, black interracial couple. They went to one of those Asian countries. I'm not gonna put their business out there, but they worked here. They think it was it Florida or Texas, or was it Ohio? It was one of those states, like one of those, and their house is like the price they're paying in the house they live in. I'm just like, I literally watched that video with my mouth open. I'm like, we're getting robbed. To think you're paying $3,000 for a box. $3,000 for a box. And everywhere else in the world, you're getting a proper house with a proper kitchen, amenities, a gym, a pool. Like, in America, you got to pay at least $3,000-$4,000 to get that. Like, that's crazy to me. So-called luxury apartment. Your luxury apartment is what somebody pays for their house. That's what you call stealing and robbing, and that's a scam, guys. That's a scam. If the same degree you can get in another country for free, or less than $20,000 a year, but you're paying north of $200K for the same quality education, that's what you call a scam. That's what you call a scam. When are people gonna wake up, dude? Like, sure, I would love to go to get this and go get that, but I'm not gonna go into debt for it. I just don't believe in it. Like, for what? Then you're not even putting into perspective the interest rate, the fact that in America you can't file for bankruptcy on student loan debt. People don't even know that either. They think that you could just bankruptcy everything. No, you cannot. If you file for bankruptcy in America, your school loans will always follow you. You can never get rid of that under any circumstance unless you're dead, and then they can even toss that to somebody else who's living if they want to. I'm not really sure how that works out, but as long as you're alive, that's gonna follow you the rest of your life. So let's say you wanna start a family, you wanna start a business, you wanna buy a property. Oh wait, you can't because you have this debt, that debt, this debt. So why would anyone want to live like this? I don't understand. Where's the peace? Where is the peace? Everything I just explained to you guys, where is the peace in any of this conversation? Where is the common sense in any of this conversation? I can't find it. I can't find the benefit. The food is full of chemicals. It'd be okay if the food was half decent. The food is, other countries, the food is illegal. The food is not even, doesn't even pass the high quality test. Too many chemicals, too much coloring, too much food coloring. Like, they wouldn't even eat that shit. They wouldn't even feed it to their dogs. And if you're in America, you're subject to this slavery every day. I don't understand it. My eyes are wide open. I'm like, when I saw that the prices we pay for our car, for rent, in all these other countries, and there's like tons of other countries where that amount of money is stretched for like half the year, if not the whole year, I really had to like stop and pause and be like, what the hell are we doing? Like, if you want to retire, like one of my biggest things that I have to do in my lifetime, this lifetime, is retire in dignity. I'm big on that. I'm big on, if you're in your old age, you shouldn't have to get up to go to work. You shouldn't have to toil in your older age when your body is not even functioning, you know, the way it should function. Because why? You're old. So trying to have your body operate like a 20-something-year-old in your 60s or 70s is asinine. But tons of Americans do it. Like, even the neighborhood I'm in, like, I've yet to see anybody that's considered a senior not working. To me, that's a sign of a declined country, a country in decline. Like, if the elderly can't even live in peace and retire and like have a premium, same quality of life, and they have to work more and more and more, that's a scam. I can't make it any clearer to you guys. That's a scam. So I didn't say that anywhere is perfect. Nowhere is perfect. Sadly, you know, planet Earth is a hard school, they say, you know. This is one of the hardest schools in the universe, they say. Okay, great, awesome, thumbs up. But guess what? Guess what? When you do your research and you research how people live, how we're supposed to live, and then you compare it and you look at it to your American lifestyle, it does not equal up at all. At all. I have some family who they work remote, and as soon as the election results came in, they were looking at going back to like where their home country is, because I have a big family, so you know, different parts, different places. And I was like, hell yeah. Why not take your American money and stretch it? Go back to where you actually have joy and a high quality of life. Why stay here and suffer? It makes I don't know, like, it makes no sense. Does anybody out here like really like, are you connecting? Are you awakened? Are you like alive? Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, why suffer when you could take your American money and go somewhere else, and that same paycheck is going to stretch times 5? Your kids are going to be safe. Your kids are not going to be worried about school shooting. Like, why would you, if you had a choice, okay, if you had a choice to not live like this, why would you choose to live like this? I've seen so many videos of ethnic parents who've had to put their kids in homeschool. Don't tell me I'm bullshitting, because it's out there. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? How many ethnic parents have had to make their kids homeschooled because they're not pleased with the education system in this country. Okay? they're not buying it. They're like, I see what they're teaching. I see how just the culture, not good. Not good. Other countries, while America is squabbling over free lunch, other countries are teaching their young kids 3 languages. And I'm not exaggerating. When I was in primary school over there, they were teaching us French, Spanish, and English. I'm not bullshitting. And over here in the States, they make a big deal about every little thing. The kids don't have any, like, the kids are not being taught properly because the funding keeps getting cut. You know, the art programs, the wages, like, they keep cutting back things that actually make a difference in society. Because why? It's all about workers. It's all about producing kids to give to Elon, like his mother said, to work in his little fucking factories. They don't care if your kid is a genius. They don't care if your kid wants to be an entrepreneur. They don't want to hear that. All they want to hear is your kid going to go to college, rack up debt, and work for me? I'm giving people a dose of reality today. That's what it's about. If you don't align with any of that, then you have no business living in America. And that's why I can't live here anymore. Because I'm like, there's other countries where the kids are being taught more than one language. They don't have to worry about no school shooting. They must have put some kind of like frequency, like some kind of spell or something out to the masses. Because how do people come to this country really believing the American dream lie? How do they actually buy that? Like, I'm an adult and I'm like, if I heard anybody tell me that, I would really have to research it for myself, because like everything that the society is built on contradicts what that title is. So I don't understand. I don't understand like how people have actually fallen for that. If I'm going to be honest with you. So it's a consumerism society more than the average. It's really like in your face. And, you know, most Americans are in so much debt, they up to their over their eyeballs. And it's sad because, you know what? You have to, like Bob Marley said, you have to get up and stand up for your rights, you know. And if Americans are standing up for their rights and, you know, they're getting called terrorists because of it, or they're not able to like protest peacefully without law enforcement shooting them up their backside, then nothing is going to change. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but like, I don't see it changing. Not as an intuitive, not as just a US citizen, as a woman and working, like, I don't see it. Because if we were to protest, the way law enforcement is set up is that they would just basically shoot you. And I said the same thing on TikTok. They're not going to give you an opportunity to go to no damn Congress and have no damn bill and, you know, all this fanciful stuff. No, they're just gonna pop you. They're just gonna basically take your life and ask questions later and say, oh, that's where, you know, they don't care. They literally don't care, because the slave ship is run so tight that it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that system. So anybody who tries, they want to punish. Okay? So there you have it. That's my video, but I'm gonna put out here. I haven't did a video in a while. I've been exhausted. I've been tired. I've been overwhelmed. I've been having to do all this, you know, paperwork and research, and really have to like ask myself some big tough questions, you know, look into retirement stuff, looking into housing, looking into all type, because I'm not going to stay in America. I already made my mind. Like, there's nothing about this country that appeals to me. I have family here, I have friends here, so yeah, okay, I can visit, but like long term could never be. And so with that comes action, right? When you're not happy with something and you're sick of something, you got to make the change, guys. Like Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror, you got to be the change that you want to see. And if where you're living and the country you're living in does not support what you want to see, then you got to leave. It's that simple. It's that simple. They have framed Luigi as a terrorist for crying out that the healthcare system in America is corrupt, is the highest form of corruption. And they want to label the guy a terrorist? But they've taken millions of Americans' lives, but they want to label him the terrorist, not the CEO who's making he's making more money than all the workers combined. All the people, all the employees combined, the CEO made more money than all of them combined. They don't even get a share. They don't get nothing. All they get is a freaking cupcake and a slice of pizza. But they want to label him a terrorist. That's America for you. Look at, and on a final note, look at how many doctors have come out that work in America who quit. What's that? I wish I had that guy's YouTube name, but you guys, I'm sure a lot of you have seen what I'm talking about. Like that Asian American. I guess he's Americanized. I'm not sure, but he was a doctor in America, like this big, big time doctor, and he quit because when he actually tried to prescribe like natural herbs and substances and things like as a replacement, a substitute, he would get in trouble for it. And so he basically exposed the healthcare industry and he quit. He left. He's somewhere like up in the mountains or some shit. I don't even know where he's at. I think it like Alaska or Antarctica or something like that. Maybe he's in Iceland. Because Iceland's another abroad destination people are expats moving to. But anyway, the doctors already come out and said, like, when they really want to help the patients because of the pharmaceutical industry and the corruption behind all this shit, they don't want people to even do that. So when they try to actually like herbalistically or holistically help the patient, they're being told they can't. That's America for you. So this is the Matrix. This is the Babylon, guys. This is the Babylon. I'm telling you, America is Babylon. And before it's too late, make your exit plan, because it may get to a point where the population is so low. Not putting a prediction out here, but I feel this in my spirit. Like it may get so bad where they say that you have to stay, or they do something to try to make people stay because they want more workers, man. So if you want to get out and you want to travel, or you want to move or whatever, you got to make a plan. And I really mean this, guys. You got to make a plan, and you got to really do your research from now. Get connected, talk to other people who have successfully been able to make it out. That's what I've been doing. Any video that I see pop up on my FYP on TikTok, especially if the person just posts it and they're like near a beautiful waterfall, they're showing you how they pay all this cheap rent, whatever, and it's, the food looks incredible. I message them. I go on their live chat, and I'm like, what visa? What you gotta communicate. You got to talk to people and say, how did you, because if you don't like where you are right now, you don't like the way things are going in America, you got to make a plan to get out. It's not going to be just snap your fingers and you can get on a plane and go. Oh no. Every country has their restrictions. Every country has their regulations. So before you get over there, you got to have your documents in order. Okay. You got to have your shit together, basically. So that's that, guys. So that's what I want to say. All the stuff about the drones and the UFOs, and that's not surprising to me. I saw a UFO back in my backyard when I was a teenager. They've always been here. Okay. They've always been here. So that doesn't surprise me. But anyway, and they know, the American government knows what's going on, but they're not even telling the people, because why? They don't even care. They don't care about us. Like Michael Jackson said, they don't care about us, guys. Okay. So please, if you enjoy the video, you hear what I'm saying from my heart, seriously, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, thumbs up, heart the video, check out the links in the box below, whatever you want to do, share the video, repost, whatever. Because let me tell you, America is on its last legs, and people need to really, like, even influencers, guys, even influencers who make a good amount of money, a healthy amount of money, that have their own brands, their own businesses. I saw at least two makeup moguls, at least two makeup moguls this morning on X, formerly known as Twitter, and they were posting about the so-called American dream, and they're like, it's all a fucking illusion. Like it's basically all consumerism. Like when you unplug and you look at it like in the face, it's consumerism. It's all around consumerism. It's not about your quality of health, your children's quality of health, opportunity, none of that shit. It's how much are you willing to spend to work for me? That's what it's about. And how much are you willing to spend to get a perfect credit score? Because you got to keep spending money, which is also a trap. So they're not promoting you to save your money. Why would you have to keep putting money on a credit card to have a high credit score? Then pay it off, then put money on again, pay off, that's like manipulation, guys. That's manipulation. If you don't want to spend a dime, if all you want to do is pay for your basic essentials and never buy another makeup brush, another couch, another lamp for the rest of your life, you should be able to do that. Of course, with a means, if it works. If it doesn't work, okay, you replace it. But like, there should never be a culture where if you don't want to spend money, you have to keep spending money. That's manipulation. That's psychological warfare. That's psychological abuse, guys. That's abuse. That's abuse. They're not giving you the opportunity to save your money, because that credit score system keeps you in a perpetual loop of being a consumer. And America is run on consumerism. So you take out that equation, you take out all that, and you have no America. You don't have an America. You have a wasteland of products on a shelf that will never be sold. That's what you have. So when people wake up and realize that, they'll see their life, their quality of life totally different. But until then, they're not going to get it. They're going to keep buying things they don't need. They're going to keep consuming. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. Why? Because they don't know any better. And it's sad, but it's just the truth, guys. It's the bare bones truth. And people who've left will tell you that. People who have served in the military will tell you that. They will tell you. Even millionaires will tell you that. Why do you think that? Why do you think that millionaires, even people I've seen that do coaching and all that, why do you think that they go to islands and shit? Why do you think they go to Mexico? Why do you think they go to Europe and Africa and South Asia? Why do you think that all of them eventually go overseas? Like, connect your brain. I had to peep that, I really had to peep that. Most of these so-called influencers, they're not actually living in America. If you do your research and you look up like where they actually live, a lot of these influencers have left America. They live in other countries, but they pose like they're in America. They're not in America, guys. I'm telling you firsthand from experience. They're not in America. They're abroad, okay? And they're still pushing their shit to you guys, but they're living way more affordable with way less stress out of America. That's the true secret that they're not telling people out here. But I had to do my own research and say, oh, okay, no wonder. No wonder, because I didn't think that they were in America. And then when you start to like actually like investigate and dig, they're not in America. They're making American money, but they're not in America. You get what I'm trying to say? People, I'm trying to say? That's the game. That's the game. Okay? So I love you guys so much. I hope that this can help somebody. I really do. I really do. I hope that if this video can impact one person's life to change their consumer habits, to change their quality of life and really think about what they want out of life, then I've done a great service today. Because a lot of people out here, because of other people being able to take us on their journey, especially their spiritual journey to real freedom, they're able to help other people, and there's couples, singles, single moms, single dads, parents. There's people from all walks of life out here, guys. If you just look, if you seek, you shall find. Okay? If you seek, you shall find. who have taken that leap, who've made that change, okay? And they're glowing. They're glowing even more. And they're not as stressed out as we are in America. They're just not. And we have to face that reality, okay? Like, it sucks to say that, but it's just the truth, you know? And so while other Americans, certain Americans are looking and they're hating, right? They're hating and they're putting out venom on them. I'm congratulating them. Because I know there's some people out here who they look at those videos and they just snark and they make all these derogatory comments. And it's like, because why? They're jealous. They're not unplugged yet. They haven't unplugged their mind from the matrix. The matrix resides the heaviest in America. I can tell you that on a spiritual template level, the matrix resides the heaviest. The construct, the system resides the heaviest in what they call America. That's a fact. That is a cold fact. Okay, so yes, I love you guys. I really do. And if there's a better way to live that ensures your kids are safe, your relatives are safe, your cousins are safe, you're safer, you're safer, then why would I not push that? Right? Why would I not tell you guys, listen, it's going to get really, really bad, like really, 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 really bad. And you may want to start planning to apply for this visa or apply for this citizenship, or, you know, get yourself together, because it's going to get to a point where it's going to be too late. And hopefully it's not too late already, but it's going to get to that point if it hasn't got to the point already. Okay, so while people are hating on those people, I'm congratulating them because they're smart and they peeped their spirit guides or some, like I said on TikTok, their spirit guides or something alerted them and said, pay attention. And since April, I'm telling you guys, this is real shit. From April of 2024, I got the same call to action. And I couldn't, for the longest while, I couldn't understand, why am I feeling like this? Why I feel like this nudge to get up and go. And I was taking a look around me. I was really like looking at the situation, and I'm like, wow, you know, this is not how I deserve to live. And there's a better way. There's a much better way. And so that effort, that sacrifice, that path forward is worth it in the end, because I'm going to have significantly less stress, higher quality of life, more free time, more travel time, even maternity. If I wanted to have a kid one day, you know, everything in terms of quality skyrockets. Whereas here it's declining. That's just common sense to me. So yeah, guys, do your own research. And especially amongst other certain groups, you know, the life expectancy is even lower. And I guess you guys can kind of figure out what those groups are. So you're not benefiting from living here. You're in more debt than anybody else in the world. Your food is poisoned. Your kids are being killed. What's so great about that? Think about it. Where is the American dream in that? You tell me. Because you're not going to find it. You're not going to find it, guys. It's a lie. It's a lie. So rewrite your American dream. Rewrite your ideal life. Take the word American out of it. It's about you. It's about your health, your wealth, your prosperity. That's what you should focus on. Not what they're selling you. What you want to sell yourself. What kind of life you want to have for yourself. Not what they're selling you. Take your power back. Take your liberty back. Take your strength back. And figure it out, because other people are, you know, other Americans are figuring it out. So why can't you? Why can't I? We can, but you got to put forth that effort. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye. God bless. Good luck.